Dear Patriots, before the news starts, please subscribe to our patriotic channel by clicking the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up to this video. Don't forget to leave your opinion below in the comments section. Share the news on Facebook and Twitter so your friends see it. Thank you.
Right after being caught in Dossier scandal, the DNC did something proving they're guilty. The Washington Post put out an explosive report Wednesday evening revealing the identities of the salacious anti-Trump dossier that was leaked to Buzzfeed in December. These revelations come shortly after the company that produced the document, Fusion GPS, pled the Fifth and refused to disclose its funders at a court hearing investigating the matter. President Trump demanded the identity of the funders be revealed in an angry tweet earlier this week. The DNC's response to being caught out in the Washington Post report was truly one for the books, DNC Communications Director Xochitl Hinojosa said in a statement. Current DNC Chairman, Tom Perez and the new leadership of the DNC were not involved in the decision-making regarding Fusion GPS, nor were they aware that Perkins Coie was working with the organization. But let's be clear. There is a serious federal investigation into the Trump campaign's ties to Russia, and the American public deserves to know what happened. Perkins Coie is the law firm that interfaced with Fusion GPS and the DNC and Clinton campaign to fund and deliver the dossier. Notice how the statement doesn't refer to past DNC leadership? Former DNC Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz and former Acting Chairwoman Donna Brazile have not released any statement on the matter so far. The DNC also bizarrely defended the funding of the Trump dossier, saying that it's what the American people want. The dossier claimed, among other ridiculous things, that before becoming president Donald Trump was videotaped bringing hookers into a Moscow hotel room. Such a video could theoretically be used as blackmail and undermine his presidency. The president has always vociferously denied the allegations, and none of them have yet been proven. This dossier scandal is finally blowing up, and both the DNC and Clinton campaign have been caught red-handed. It's only going to get more interesting from here. Stay tuned as the story develops. HT Washington Examiner. Right before his trip to Asia, Trump sends Shivers down Kim's spine with unprecedented show of military force. Trump just did something the USA hasn't done since the early 1990s when we were conducting the first Iraq War. An unprecedented show of military force, of flexing the muscles of our Navy, of sending Shivers down the spine the North Korean dictator and putting China and Putin on notice. It is the big stick approach to foreign policy, and we are in a unique position among the world because we can do what no other nation can. Aircraft carriers and the strike groups they come with rule the seas. They rule the air. They offer a critical strategic advantage. Russia has won. It is so old and broken down that when they sent the strike group to Syria they sent along 2 tugboats and they ended up towing a few ships into port. China has 2. But one is an old and remanufactured one from I believe the Ukraine and the other is the first they have ever built for themselves. Countries guard these valuable resources with their lives, and what Trump did just made Kim Jong-un terrified. According to CNN, for the first time in many years we have 3 aircraft carrier strike groups in one location, off North Korea. Don't worry, we still have at least 8 other carrier strike groups protecting the homeland. Putting 3 together in one place is a show of military strength. The carriers USS Theodore Roosevelt, USS Nimitz, and the USS Ronald Reagan, and their massive complements of cruisers, destroyers and submarines, are all in place around North Korea. This comes right before Trump is scheduled to visit the region and South Korea. Does this guy know how to send a message? Before he arrives he has 3 aircraft carrier groups come together. Keep in mind that just these 3 are more than any one nation on earth has, to show the little dictator who is boss. A. Kill shot. You'll laugh your ass off when you see Trump's new nickname for Bob Corker and Jeff Flake. The dynamic duo of Jeff Flake and Bob Corker demanded one of Trump's finest nicknames. After the charade they put on yesterday, an organized attack by two failed politicians trying to save what is left of their ruined reputations against the President of the United States. It was unprecedented, but then we live in unprecedented times. We are witnessing the last gasps of the establishment empire, and it does not want to relinquish power. Jeff Flake and Bob Corker took their feud and their gripes and their whines public with Trump. Look, they were losing big time before they attacked the president, so it is really just jealousy and sour grapes. They want you to think they are the heroes who will save America, not the cowards they really are. For if they were so worried about Trump, where have they been? They campaigned with Trump. Trump may be unorthodox and that may be unsettling to the swamp, but he is doing everything he said he would do on the campaign trail. None of this should be a shock to them. So maybe, just maybe, they were full of it and never agreed with Trump's America First agenda, and now they are freaking because Trump actually did what he said he would. To a politician, that is unheard of. So they deserved one of Trump's finest nicknames, and boy did Trump deliver this morning. Trump sent out a devastating series of tweets that rebranded the dynamic duo, and you will never look at them the same again. Jeff Flake, with an 18% approval rating in Arizona, said, "A lot of my colleagues have spoken out. Really, they just gave me a standing O," Trump tweeted. The meeting with Republican senators yesterday, outside of Flake and Corker, was a love fest with standing ovations and great ideas for USA, Trump added. And then he rebranded the sad sack bear. The reason Flake and Corker dropped out of the Senate race is very simple: they had zero chance of being elected. Now act so hurt and wounded, Trump tweeted. Hurt and wounded - isn't it just perfect? They deserve their own cartoon. The sad sack paid called Hurt and Wounded. Maybe we can have a cameo by Droopy Dog. Because that is what they have become, cartoon versions of Republican politicians, and it is high time they went home. I don't know how Trump does it, but he is good. Share if you agree with Trump's new nickname. HD Newsmax. Hillary Clinton humiliated in West Virginia by Joe Manchin. The left is out for blood in the 2018 midterm elections. They think they have a huge chance to flip the House and the Senate, and they are going all in. Midterm years are never kind to the incumbent party. Traditionally they get creamed. Lose tons of seats. For a few reasons, but mainly Americans tend to like divided government because it used to mean politicians had to compromise and find solutions that are fair to everyone. But that ship sailed, and now politics often resembles a blood sport. Which it always has been, to be honest, we just never saw it in public. So the Democrats are all in on their dream to take the House and the Senate, and their base is riled up. They have been pouring money into races, and when they lose by a few points they call it a victory. They have a shaky foundation, to say the least. The liberal base has almost taken it as fact that we'll sweep the 2018 midterm elections. They are so convinced they will win, because they hate Trump so much they think everyone else must share their disgust, that they will be crushed when they lose. Believe me, more so than when Hillary lost. Because they see this as the last stand. If they cannot sweep the midterms this year, when they have history on their side and outsider like Trump in office, they never will. They know this. Most political experts know this. Their base knows this. And they all think they can't lose. They are so deluded that they think Hillary is their secret weapon to bring to bear on any Republican candidate near victory. According to the Washington Examiner, Hillary is already out on the campaign trail trying to help Democrat Phil Murphy in his race for New Jersey governor. They really think the whole nation feels as bad for her as they do, and think she will walk into a close election and tip the scales their way. Enter Joe Manchin. He is in the fight of his political life to keep his seat in 2018. The Democrat West Virginia senator is more closely aligned to Republican ideas than Democrats and is often seen as a candidate to switch parties. He is loyal, and he said no to going GOP, so the West Virginia Senate race will be one of the key races across the country and is an absolute must-win for the Democrats. It is a red state that Trump won, but Manchin has strong support because he disagrees with most of the liberal platform. So it will be close. And the balance of power in the Senate may hang on this race. So when a liberal reporter from MSNBC spoke with Manchin, she seemed almost too happy to ask Manchin if he was going to employ the secret liberal weapon and trot out an aggrieved Hillary to hold pity parties across the state to rev up the base. Joe Manchin looked straight at her, and you can almost hear him thinking, "Liberals? Are these people fools?" and delivered the line that humiliated Hillary to the core, and crushed the liberal dream of using her as their secret weapon. It wouldn't be wise for Hillary to come to West Virginia. It wouldn't be a good thing for her or for me, Manchin said. Ouch. Just humiliating.